Night, 11:15 p.m. and I just can't get this video out of my head, so I'm here late making a video. And what I want to talk about tonight is, and I've been thinking about this all day, it's just been bugging the daylights out of me. I've been thinking about it at work, and I've just got to get it out of myself. And this is what I want to talk about tonight: is when is it acceptable and when is it not a violation of the warrior code to throw in the towel? And to do that, I want to talk about a couple of fights that have happened in recent times, and I want to give you my thoughts on throwing in the towel for those fighters and what I think about it. The first fight I want to talk about is Antonio Margarito and Miguel Cotto. Now, if we remember this fight, it was a great classic fight. I know it's been maybe tarnished a little bit with the recent revelations of Margarito, but that aside, still a fantastic fight. And in that fight, I believe it was in the 11th round, Miguel Cotto's corner threw in the towel, and I have absolutely no problem with that. I think it was appropriate. I think it was right thing to do. Miguel Cotto was a beaten man. He was a bloodied man. He had given everything that he had, and he was getting to the point where he was totally spent physically, and he was defenseless, and Margarito was still coming at him strong, and nothing but bad things were going to happen to Cotto at that point. The right thing for the trainer to do, throwing the towel. Cotto took a knee a couple of times, and he was done, finished, no problem whatsoever. Cotto, with you calling it quits at that point. You put up a brave fight. You were bloodied, you were battered, you were a warrior that night. You threw in the towel. No problem with you doing that whatsoever. You're a warrior in my book. The next fight I want to talk about is a recent fight that happened just this past Saturday between Alfred Fredo Angulo and Cosme Rivera. Now, I don't know how many of you saw that fight. It's not one that a lot of people would want to see. This Angulo guy is an up-and-coming fighter. And this fight, Cosme Rivera took this fight with just 4 days' notice. And he was outweighed by 15 pounds when they were in the ring. I don't know as far as the weigh-in how much he outweighed him. But when they were in the ring, this guy was outweighed by 15 pounds. And he put up a brave fight early on, but he was just totally overmatched in this fight. And in the 4th round, I believe it was, he was taking shots. Boom! 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 And he was trying to fight. He was trying to do what he was supposed to do. He was a warrior. He was doing the best he could, and he did not go down. Now, here's my problem here. Is the referee didn't stop the fight. And like I say, Rivera is still swinging. But it's like 3-to-1 blows. Boom! Boom! And then the blows that he was throwing, Rivera, was not doing any damage. The fight was over. Anybody in attendance knew that. It's time for somebody to stop this fight. Does the referee stop it? No. Does the corner? That's your warrior out there fighting. You know him better than anybody. He's done, and you don't throw in the towel. What has to happen is somebody from the commissioner of Florida has to stand up and say, I've seen enough. And that is what has to happen to stop it. And that I have a problem with, is that the corner, the referee too, hey, the guy's done, he's up there, he's fighting, he's not quitting, but there's a point when you say, hey, the guy's beaten, let's stop this thing. So that's when I have no problem throwing in the towel. Now, the final fight I want to talk about is Manny Pacquiao, Oscar De La Hoya. Now, in this fight, hey, when a lot of people was picking De La Hoya to win this fight, and some people were picking Pacquiao, but Pacquiao on this day was totally outboxing De La Hoya. De La Hoya's days were done, and hey, Oscar was doing the best he could. but he chose to not get up or to not continue the fight. And hey, you know what? I have no problem with that either. This guy was getting beat. He's getting embarrassed. Nothing good was going to happen. And he knew it. And he threw in the towel. And again, I have no problem with that. I don't want somebody going out there getting injured, hurt. And in Oscar De La Hoya's case, hey, the guy's been a fighter for a long time. Let's not watch the guy get embarrassed. And he took it upon himself to throw in the towel, to surrender, so to speak. I have no problem with that. Now, what I would have a problem with is if De La Hoya keeps fighting. I think his days are done. He needs to pursue other things, the promoting. I have no problem with that, but don't get back in the ring for money or anything like that. Now, that's what I have a problem with. But as far as all three of those cases, I have no problem with the fighter saying, hey, I'm done. And in my book, you don't violate the warrior code when you do that in those three cases. The only problem I had, of course, was the thing with the trainer. I mean, that's your guy out there, man. That's your warrior, and he's doing the best he can. And you can see that he is finished. Stop it before he gets hurt. And that's all I have on that. And like I say, the warrior code, unspoken code. For all you warriors out there, for the fights you're going to fight in the ring and outside the ring, put it right there. Go ahead. Come on now. Nobody's watching. Tap the screen. The warriors out there. This is Rousey. I'm out.